Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie, and this is a reading vlog of Can't Look Away by Carola Lovering. This is such a short video because this was actually a part of a theme vlog. It was a genre roulette video, which I was so excited for. So I'm pretty bummed out it didn't work out, but I ended up DNFing a couple books. We'll get to that at the end of the month. Anyway, the first genre that came out of my little mason jar was thriller, and I ended up reading this book because of that. I think I'm just gonna go with the individual reading vlogs from now on because I cannot be bothered with a TBR. Like, I can't do it. Anyway, let me tell you what this is about. I was very intrigued about the synopsis because it is very vague, and so I was thinking there'd be lots of twists and turns in here. It says that our main character's name is Molly, and back in 2013, she falls in love with this guy that's in a band. And then it switches up immediately and it says a decade later, Molly is living this suburban life with her husband and kid who's not the rock star. And she makes this friend named Sabrina. It says their blossoming friendship will set both women on a collision course of deep-rooted secrets, lies, and manipulation. Very juicy stuff. And then immediately it says there's a new version of Jake's hit song on the radio. So it's the most random synopsis I've ever heard. This book was originally on my radar because of the author. I had last year read Tell Me Lies, and I really enjoyed it. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it because I thought it was just going to be this basic toxic relationship. And although there are romance things happening in here, this definitely is not a romance. And I just loved how the author wrote about characters themselves and the psychology of their behavior, as well as how unlikable they were and how nuanced they were. Like, it was, I really liked how this author wrote this book. So yeah, let's go back in time to a couple days ago when I read this. Hello, it's Sunday and I'm now 25% into Can't Look Away. And honestly, I can look away. I'm a little bored. I was so sure that this very plain synopsis was going to give me lots of twists and turns, but actually I think it might just be a pretty straightforward story. Obviously, I've only read a quarter of the book, so that could completely change, but we have three perspectives and a lot of different timelines. Our sort of central character is Molly. We also get Jake, who is the man that was in a band that she was in love with like 13 years ago. And then there's Sabrina, who we find out pretty quickly was Jake's girlfriend before Molly. In the current timeline, Sabrina is pretending to have not known who Molly was, and she's sort of infiltrating her life as like a new friend. So that's definitely the timeline that's the most intriguing, or at least the point of view, just because Sabrina, the way it's being narrated is if we are Molly and she's talking directly to us. She's like, wow, Molly, you have such flat feet. I don't know. She actually does talk about her feet a little bit. Anyway, it just seems like it's gonna be a story where this jealous lady is taking her anger out on this other woman who's not even involved with this man anymore, which is kind of interesting because it means that Sabrina is completely unhinged. And she talks about obsession a lot, which is something I'm very fascinated by. But for some reason, it's not as intriguing in here because it is so completely straightforward. As for like the past and how Molly and Jake fell in love, it just, I don't know if we trust him, and I don't know if I care, to be completely honest and kind of mean. I'm sorry. I am going to continue though because it's not bad. It's just like, I'd rather be reading something else on a Sunday. And who knows, maybe this will completely like go off the rails. All right, I'm going out with friends in a little bit, but I wanted to update you. I'm about halfway through and I can no longer look away. It's not even that something crazy happened. There was a plot twist that I should have seen coming and I really am enjoying it, but I think more so I'm getting really wrapped up in this drama, okay? I'm not afraid to admit it. Also, you've got a little speck of something on your face there. Let me wipe it off. I feel like I'm doing ASMR now. Anyway, I am fully into the drama. Sabrina, she's an icon. Not really. She's kind of pathetic in a mean girl sort of way. It's like if the main character from Gone Girl had used all of her brilliance and energy on her crusty husband's lover instead of her crusty husband. Why are you doing this? Why are you putting all this energy into this lady who had nothing to do with your relationship with this man? Why are you not putting this energy into being whack about this dude. But it is entertaining, okay? All right, it's the next day and I finished Can't Look Away. This is definitely not a thriller. It's definitely a drama, but I think I like it better that way. It's a juicy, messy drama. I think I was mostly looking for, when I was talking about how I like this author's previous work, was I was looking for nuanced characters, and I did get that. Mostly though, I got unlikable characters, which is also what I meant by nuance. These were very unlikable characters. Like, oh my God, they were insufferable. Just jealous rich people drama. And oh my God, my interest stayed at high level. If this were a TV show, I would have binged it. I don't like how all the secrets were sort of revealed. It was actually the funniest, goofiest moment. Like, what? And I wish I could tell you. I guess it wouldn't be a spoiler, but no, it's just a funny moment. If I had to come up with like a list of books or things that reminds me of this, or a couple books and a TV show that together create the vibe of Can't Look Away, it would be Big Little Lies, with that, you know, suburban sort of rich people drama. I did like Big Little Lies more, I think, but Can't Look Away also had like a pretty intense relationship in it. And so in that way, it kind of reminds me of Magnolia Parks, but way less insufferable. I wouldn't say these people are very mature, but they're much more mature than these people. But if you do like that toxic, like first love story, it's definitely in here. And then finally, it reminds me, I've only seen a couple episodes of this show, but it reminds me of Sex Life, but not like none of the sex, but just sort of that messy married life story with an intense past relationship. So yeah, I'm glad I read it. It's funny that I was so bored in the first 25% of this, because after it, I truly do think it was a page turner, at least for me, because I am a whore for the drama. And so because of the pacing, and like I was so engaged that I was literally yelling out loud. I was telling my husband all about it, and I was just like, shut up! Not to him, to the book, because it was frustrating. So that kind of makes me want to give it a 4-star, but also I don't think this story is gonna stay with me a long time, so that makes me want to give it more like a 3.5. I'll have to sit on it. Maybe by the end of the vlog, I'll be able to let you know, but definitely a fun read. All right, that's it. A very short vlog. I think I will be doing individual reading vlogs going forward. I'll try to make them a little meatier than this one was. Again, it was part of a bigger vlog. Maybe I'll give you a little something extra. I'll tell you the sort of spoiler. Actually, I don't think it's a spoiler, but if you don't want to know anything about this book, maybe you should skip this part. You have been warned. So in this type of book, there are obviously secrets building up and being stored, and so many secrets being collected, and you're waiting for that moment when they all get spilled. And it was really amping up to something crazy, and that was pretty fun, the anticipation of that happening. But the way that the secrets were were spilled, it was the funniest fucking thing. All the secrets ended up coming to a climax because our main character's daughter, who, how old was she turning? 5 maybe? Ended up singing the Elsa song from Frozen. That is literally what that's what got the ball rolling, and how all the secrets came out. Like, what? Yeah, see, that wasn't a spoiler at all, but it's just so funny to me and so unbelievable, and honestly kind of pissed me off, because that's how you're gonna do it. Anyway, this was a fun book. Definitely, if you have friends that enjoy dramas, read it together so you can gossip about it. That would be really fun. All right, y'all, I'm gonna start reading a new book, so I'll see you later. Goodbye.